Good evening, everyone. New for you tonight, a 20-year-old man says he was senselessly beaten by 3 men in Grafton over the weekend. He says he knows who did it, but no charges have been filed.
Tonight, Valley News Team's Alex Larson spoke with that man and his family about what he remembers from that night and what his potentially long road to recovery looks like.
I just want justice.
Curtis Graver says he was in the parking lot of Last Chance Bar in Grafton. His friend had gone inside to grab them a pizza, while Curtis, not even old enough to go in the bar, stayed in the car. Moments later, he says he was drug out of his car and beaten to a pulp by 3 men.
My coat was full of blood. The next morning I woke up, my coat was full of blood. My car has, blood in my car. There's blood all over the floor. My buddy went back, looked at my phone there. There's blood all over the concrete. It didn't stop until I couldn't even talk anymore. I was done. I was out of it.
His dad and stepmom say his balance has been all over the place since they brought him back to Bemidji. Since his swelling has gone down, he'll find out tomorrow if he has long-term damage.
I have a broken bone, 2 broken bones in my nose, and I have a dislocated / fractured jaw and a fractured chin, and my jaw could possibly be broken, but the swelling was so bad that they can't really tell. They couldn't tell at the time.
His family says his siblings didn't even recognize their brother when they saw him.
Nonchalant, keep to myself kind of dude, and that's how it's always been. So for this to happen to me, I really don't, it's hard for me to put the pieces together.
And they say, even though Curtis said in his police report who had beat him, that police told him that it wasn't enough to arrest them because of his head injury. And no one has come forward as a witness.
What if it was your kid that was getting beat, and you didn't say nothing? You're just letting your kid get beat like that. That's pretty messed up, I mean.
Next time they do it, that person might not survive.
Curtis says he was shown a video of the same 3 men assaulting others either before or after his incident inside the bar.
There was a handful of people out there smoking cigarettes, and it seems like nobody in the community or even at that bar wants to come forward to do it right.
In Bemidji, Alex Larson, Valley News Live.
We reached out to police. They would not comment, citing the ongoing investigation. Curtis will be out of work and in recovery for the foreseeable future. To help with costs, his family set up a GoFundMe. We have a link to that on our website. Just click on this story.
Well, we got through today's wind and snow, but our First Alert weather team has added a few more days to watch for in the forecast. Hutch joins us now with a first look. Hutch?
Stacy, feel like a broken record here, but indeed we have more wintry weather to talk about here briefly. But we are seeing some improvement tonight, and we can enjoy that. Still breezy, camera still rocking. This is from our view here at our studios in South Fargo, and I gotta tell you, the wind continues to gust, but not nearly as strong as it was today. Once again, second straight day of things like this happening. Nope, it was not magic. Nope, there were no magnets used in this. I don't believe it was ghosts. That wind probably is the culprit here. Marlene, thanks for sharing. Big heavy metal scooting across the patio there. I don't know if you have light furniture, it may be in South Dakota right now. And speaking of South Dakota, 58-mile-per-hour gusts today in Aberdeen, 50-plus-mile-per-hour winds today across much of eastern North Dakota, 40-mile-per-hour winds in Minnesota. Our snow showers wrapping out of here. In fact, we have clearing skies from the north. The latest look at the wind, where you see the colors, we still have winds that are gusting close to 40 miles per hour at times. So 20 to 40 miles per hour, and this will be the rule overnight. I don't think it's going to completely die down for all of us. Temperatures hovering near freezing tonight. That means any wet roads, or sidewalks could become slippery. Sunday, our next First Alert weather day. Then midweek into the late week time frame, we have another big and slow moving system that could produce wintry weather. We'll have the very latest on that as we look ahead at more rough spring weather here in the valley.
All right, thanks, Hutch.
I mean, we're not ruling out ghosts, but not likely.
Right.
New tonight at 10, several people are under arrest after the Red River Valley SWAT and Fargo police conducted a high-risk knock and announce search warrant tonight. That happened in the 2500 block of 14th Street South just before 8 p.m. The SWAT team used a flash bang and bright flash of light to create a distraction for the suspects. No one was hurt. Police aren't releasing any more information right now as the investigation is ongoing.
A Cass County jury has found a local man not guilty of murder. 29-year-old Cody Plumley was accused in the death of his girlfriend. She fell down a flight of stairs at the North Fargo home. Plumley was also found not guilty of aggravated assault, reckless endangerment, and burglary. However, he was found guilty on charges of theft, reckless driving, and giving false information to police. A Fargo man accused of killing a pedestrian was sentenced to 2 years in prison today for a separate probation violation case. 39-year-old Wade Bison is accused of killing a 77-year-old Mandan man, Erwin George, by repeatedly striking him with a stolen pickup before fleeing. Bison is a change of plea hearing scheduled for later this month.
Now to a story from our whistleblower hotline. A Becker County family hopes a cracked helmet demonstrates the importance of bike safety for families everywhere. Tonight they say without that helmet, their 3-year-old daughter would be suffering from much more than just a few cuts and bruises after she was hit by a car last week.
That would have been her head had it not been the helmet. Get helmets on your kids. They might not want to wear them. None of us do, but even if a kid falls and hits their head on a curb, that could be devastating.
England went on to say while her daughter is a bit more timid while on the street, thankfully the incident hasn't ruined riding a bike or scooter for her.
It's back to full-priced meals for area students next school year. The USDA's extended waiver that allowed public schools to serve free meals is set to expire at the end of this school year. You can still submit an application with the National School Lunch Program to see if you qualify for free or reduced price meals. Those applications will become available July 1st. Anticipated costs for the upcoming school year would be similar or slightly higher than previous years. Prices $1.35 to $1.55 per breakfast, $2.45 to $2.70 per lunch. They say the cost for next year's meals will be determined over the summer and will then be communicated to families via email. The number of Americans applying for first-time unemployment benefits dropped to another historic low last week. New numbers just out today from the Labor Department show about 166,000 Americans filed first-time claims last week. That is the fewest since 1968. The U.S. unemployment rate also fell to 3.8%. Well, the recent weather certainly hasn't been ideal for many people. The latest projections at least show low flood risk for the Red River Valley.
Valley News Team's Aaron Walling spoke to local farmers today, and he has more.
Dale Berkey has been a farmer out in Page, North Dakota for 42 years.
You get used to it, the ups and downs. You gotta go with it or it'll drive you crazy.
In years past, flooding has been a problem for Berkey as his crops would be destroyed by the rising water. One time years ago, he lost over 1,000 acres from flooding that came from the Maple River. But he doesn't have to worry too much this spring.
It's a lot more fun to go out and farm when you know you're going to get a crop.
For the city of Fargo, so far only Elm Street is still closed due to the Red River. But the latest projections don't show any more trouble this spring. And for the city of Fargo Engineering Department, that means one less worry as they get closer to the completion of the Red River Diversion Program designed to drastically cut down flooding issues in 2027.
Very nice to have another spring go by where we didn't experience potential, major flooding that causes all sorts of potential impacts.
In Page, Aaron Walling, Valley News Live.
According to the National Weather Service, the Red River could hit 22.5 feet on the 12th, which is low minor flooding.
Still ahead tonight, a game changer may be on the way from Minnesota tap rooms, but not everyone is on board.